Hi, welcome to my video on extra problems on logs, part 1. These are some different problems that I made up to help you in your skills on the log section. Number 1, is 2 log 8 base 2 equal to the log 8 base 2 squared? Well, 2 log 8 base 2, that's the same as the log base 2 of 8 squared, because the number in the front goes to the power of 8, and that's the log of 2, log of 64 base 2, 8 squared 64. So 2 to the what power gives you 64 is 6. And the log of 8 base 2 squared is, we had to do the inside first. So what power of 2 gives you 8? 3. So 3 squared is a 9. So even though the 2 goes to the power of 8, the log of 8 squared base 2 is not the same as the log of 8 2 all squared. Just want to point that out. Some people think they could be. Number 2, find the value to the nearest 100. And I made up a different equation, and I have in brackets the log of 64 base 2 divided by the log of 25 base 5. This is raised to the x minus 1, and a half of the log of 81 base 3. Let's see if we can simplify. What's the log of, we'll work out the inside of this first. So the log of 64 base 2, that's a 6. 2 to the 6 is 64. What power of 5 gives you 25? That's a 2. So, and the half, well, let's take the half and raise it to the 81 power without rewriting it. And so this is the log of base 3, and the half power moving up to here. 81 to the 1/2, square root of 81 is 9. And this inside becomes 6 over 2 is 3 to the x minus 1. And the log of 9 base 3, 3 to the what power gives you 9 is 2. So now we have a simplified. So what we'll do, we have the exponent is in, the x is in the exponent, so I'll do the log of each side. And so by the power rule, x minus 1 goes in front. So if we wish, we want it to the nearest 100, so let's divide by the log of 3 on each side. So they cancel out. So x minus 1 equals, and the log of, since we're rounding to the nearest 100, the log of 2 divided by the log of 3, and let's, the log of 2 division log 3, and that gives us to the nearest 100, so it's decimal 63. This number is less than 5, so it's decimal 63. So 0.63, so x is equal to 0.63 plus 1, so x is equal to 1.63. Again, a different equation, and notice x is in the exponent, so we had to do the log of each side to get the x down in front in order to solve it. Number 3, solve for x. The log of x base x equals 1. Well, if we look at it, the log of the base number and exponent, so as you can see that the number, we know in this statement that n has to be greater than 0, and the base has to be greater than 0, and the base cannot be 1. So x is right here, so x is the n, so based on this x right here, x has to be greater than 0, based on this x, which is the base, it has to be greater than 0, and x is not 1. So greater than 0 is here twice. So the values of x, the solution is x got to be greater than 0, and x cannot be 1. That's the solution to this problem. So that fits. So all the values of x that are greater than 0, but you can't have a 1 because the base, you can't do the log of a when the base is 1. And number 4, solve for x. Notice we have a log here twice, but we have a bracket. Most times you would do the inside the bracket first, but the x is here, so we can't do it. So what we have to do is we look at right here. We're looking at the log base number equals exponent. So that means the base to the exponent equals n. So let's treat this as the base. Let's take this as the exponent, and this be the number. So the base is 2, the exponent is 1, and the number is the log of 64 base x. So that means that's a 2. So that means the log of 64 base x is equal to 2. I just switched it around. Now we have a log again. So we got a base exponent number. So that means that x squared is equal to 64 base exponent number. So the square root of x squared is plus minus the square root of 64. So x is equal to plus or minus 8. So we look at x is equal to 8, and we look at x is equal to negative 8. Let's look at x is equal to 8. The base x is 8. Positive is okay, but the base is negative 8. X is negative 8, so that's the base. Can't be, so no. So the answer to the problem is 8. Number 5, find the value of n to the nearest 1,000. The log of n equals 1.1482. So one way we can say the log of n, so this is base 10, equals 1.1482. So the base is 10. Base exponent number. So 10 to the, so we take 10 and raise it to 10 and power button. So 1.1482, and that will give you, as you can see, to the nearest 1,000. So it's 14.0 thousandths is here. So this is greater than 5, so that becomes a 7. So it's 0.67. And on your calculator, if you had log n, we can do reverse. We can do second function to go backwards, because we said if we took this number, the log of 14.067, we would get 1.1482. But to reverse it, if we go second function log, and we put in this number 1.1482, then that will give us the number that it came from. So we can use second function log to get this number in. But what I do is I put, this is base 10, so I convert it to an exponential and solve it. That makes it much easier to do. Or to explain in relation to solving an exponential equation. Number 6, express y in terms of x. If log y equals 2 log x plus 1/3 log 8. Well, I got logs on both sides, so let's move the powers. So by the power rule, 2 goes to the power of x, and 8 1/3 goes to the power of 8. So that's the log y equals the log of x squared, and 8 to the 1/3 is the cube root of 8 too. Or you could do cube root of 8 like that to get to 2. Or you could go 8 is 2 cubed to the 1/3, and 3 times 1/3 is 1, so 2 to the 1 is 2. And notice we have log y. The sum of logs is the log of the product, so we have a 2x squared. Notice, and now we have a log on each side. So since we have a log on each side, that means y is equal to 2x squared. So now we have y is in terms of x. Number 7, find the exact value of x. And we look around and we see x, and we have the log of 1,000 divided by the log of 2 base 2 equals the log of 42, and the base is 5. We want to find the exact value. That means we can't use the calculator. So let's see. This is a 10. So the log of 1,000 when the base is 10, that's a 3. The log of 2 when the base is 2, so that's a 1. So 2 to the 1 is 2. And that equals, and we want the exact value. So we could have, we can change this if we wish. That's minus 3. So that's the log of 542. And so this is x equals the log of 42 base 5 minus 3. And we want to change it. That's the log of 42 divided by the log of 5 minus 3. So we change the log of 1,000 to a 3, the log of 2 base 2 to a 1. That becomes a 3, move it over minus 3. And this is the exact answer. But if we change the log of 42 base 5 to the log of 42 over the log of 5, then this, we can, if we want, we can convert this to a decimal and get an approximation. But that's the exact answer. Because remember, the log of a number, this is an irrational exponent. Because 10 to the watt power gives you 42. 10 to the watt power gives you 5. So this is irrational. So the exact value is leave them as the logs. And that's some extra problems that I did for you in this video. And if you like my video, click on the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, click on the subscribe button. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. That's the content that I have on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video was of some help to you. Bye-bye.